huge names on the move, and it's still June. The league is being reshaped by the day. We have the man who keeps track of it all, Shams Charania. You've already reported the Thunder trading Isaiah Joe to the Pistons for 2 future first-round picks. It just keeps coming, Shams. The Pistons, we know they get some three-point shooting. Are they done?
Hannah, one of the biggest Pistons priorities right now in free agency is restricted free agent Jaylen Brown. The sides clearly have not come to an agreement yet. It looks like it's going into the free agency period come June 30th and July 1. But in the meantime, the Pistons are scouring the market for players out there. Is there someone like Tyler Hero with the Bucks? Could he become available in the next few days? The Bucks obviously made that big trade with the Miami Heat to get Giannis to Miami, but in the meantime, they're also getting a ton of incoming calls on Tyler Hero, and if the price meets it, they'll have to listen. But in Isaiah Joe, the Pistons are getting one of the best three-point shooters over the last 4 years, a floor spacer next to Cade Cunningham. And the Oklahoma City Thunder, obviously, they're in a situation where they save a ton of money as well. And Isaiah Joe goes to Detroit.
Yeah, somebody needs to take the pressure off Cade. Obviously, Duren was less than what they were hoping for in the playoffs. Let's go to the Celtics. Active trade talks. You've been reporting it for days for Jaylen Brown. What's the sense of urgency to deal him in the next few days here, Shams?
Hannah, the Celtics are actively discussing Jaylen Brown deals around the league, from my understanding, and sources tell me that the Celtics asking price, depending on the team, ranges up to 4 first-round picks at least in a trade for Jaylen Brown. They pursued Giannis. We know about that, and Jaylen Brown was involved in those trade talks as well as other first-round pick considerations as well. So clearly, after Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP just 2 years ago and was a league finalist for MVP this year, that might have rubbed him the wrong way. And so now they're in a situation with 3 years left on his deal. They are now seeing what is out there, what is his value around the league. And I think we'll get more clarity as the days continue. Yeah, and free agency beginning Tuesday, 6 o'clock Eastern. Shams, I know you're standing by, so if anything breaks, we'll get back to you. Thanks, my friend. All right, if Jaylen Brown is moved this offseason, he would become just the 5th player ever traded within 3 seasons of winning Finals MVP. He'd be the first to do so since KD in 2019. By the way, Shaq, he's the only one to go on and win another title with his new team. As we welcome in our esteemed panel, we have Bobby Marks, who must have flown overnight from New York, Chineo Gumake, Danny Green. So psyched to be talking to you guys about everything that has been happening. But first, Bobby, you know he has to keep it real for us. So in terms of value, how's Jaylen Brown viewed around the league?
Hannah, it's all over the place. I think it's a matter of what teams you talk to. I think it's the analytics versus the eye test. The analytics are not great. When you look at Jaylen Brown the last 4 years, Boston's net rating is better with him off the court. This past year, they were a +10 when Brown was off the court. However, I'm an eye test person.
Yes, no
So when
kidding.
you go the eye test, and I know Danny likes the eye test too.
Yes, I do.
This is what I see.
Yeah.
Top 10 player in the NBA, 29 years old, in the prime of his career, on a 3-year contract without a player option here, and has played at least 60 games in 4 out of the last 5 years. So you know what you're getting with Jaylen Brown. So it's all over the place.
He literally kept them afloat with Jason Tatum on the bench. They exceeded expectations.
Yes, I mean, again, I'm more of an eye test person, analytics. What did Josh Hart?
Well, they call it strategy now, Danny.
Okay.
Is that what they call it?
It's a fancy name.
So yeah. Again, I'm not Josh Hart where I say analytics is like, what does he say? A post that you can lean on, but you can't get you home when you're drunk or something like that. So I think analytics are important, but I'm more of an eye test person. Jaylen Brown is a top 10 player in this league. And if you can't get another top 10 player or two top 20 players for him, I think you're losing out. And now Giannis is up the table. What are you looking for? Why are we still dangling this guy out here unless you for sure have a certain U-turn or reroute of a person or pieces that make sense? There are teams that we'll discuss later on, but I just don't see it. Unless somebody else is willing to give up another franchise guy for Boston, why would you break up this duo that has shown that they've been successful over the last 2 or 3 years?
There's a hypersensitivity to Jaylen Brown, and he has embraced it willing to be the villain, at times being the bad guy on the court, the one calling out the league and obviously snapping back or clapping back at our old friend, Stephen A. Smith. I think there's a sensitivity because of the podcast or the twitching, Twitch streams and that narrative that confuses people from what he's actually doing. I'm an analytics girl. I didn't even know the numbers were like that with Jaylen Brown. I don't even care about it. I'm the first person that would care about it.
But how much do you think we should care about the off-the-court stuff? Because you just named a whole bunch of social media platforms,
to me,
as opposed to what he does on the court and pairing with a healthy Tatum.
If what he's saying is so egregious, then I think that's a hypersensitivity, because at the end of the day, when he shows up on the floor, he's everything that you want to be.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the guy who, like you said, was a finals MVP, like someone that is a 5-time All-Star, 29 years old. And when his team needed him to rally, he did it this year at a very, very high level. And so I understand the narratives might look a little sus, okay? They might look a little sus with what he said, this being my favorite year and stuff. But, like, you won a championship with those two together, it must take an act of God, something huge, in my opinion, to break it up. But it seems like the 4 first-round picks is almost like telling us, oh, we'll do it, but you're going to have to give us
everything.
It just feels like that relationship would have to be so fractured to make this like a done deal where they have to move him. But you told us they're actually calling people.
Yeah,
right?
listen,
so
this is not them just
here?
This is not just them taking calls. And
right.
Certainly they've talked with teams here. I think when you look around the league here, and I'm just going back to my days with the Nets when Mikhail Prokhorov bought us in 2010. When you have a new owner, they are the ultimate wild card. And Prokhorov that year wanted to go get Carmelo Anthony, and then he wanted to go get. They want a star, and you know who I'm looking at? Portland.
Oh,
new owner Tom Duncan here. Where the Trailblazers are, they've got draft picks. They've got 5 tradable firsts. You look at young players like Tumani Kamara, Shaden Sharp, Scoot. If they're looking for that Pape presence, is it Donovan Clingan here? They certainly have the salary to go out and make a deal here. And I think Portland's the wild card for the whole summer, not just with Jaylen Brown.
So I have a question here. Do we think that, because anybody that watches basketball will say this is a guy that you want to value, someone in the prime of their career. Is it more so we understand what Boston is, a personality fit that is just kind of rubbing the wrong way, which means you're open to taking calls? Is that the issue? Or are they leaning on this actual analytics saying, oh, well, technically we were better when he was off the floor?
And they're actually calling people themselves. They're not just taking
messages,
calls.
because the eye test is like, this is a great player, but then on the other side, you're seeing them take calls.
I think when you look at it, listen, they were up 3-1 against Philadelphia, and I think when they take a big picture, take a step back, they realize that this roster is not good enough. So how do you address if it's splitting up? I mean, listen, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard. Chene, you look at what he did this year.
Yeah.
As Hannah said, he carried.
But to gain elsewhere, maybe is what.
It depends on what you value. Right, on the other side. All right, let's get to an historic night in the W last night. Toronto's Marina Mabry.
Real 6 side.
There you go, Danny.
There you go.
There you go.
Bang.
She tied the WNBA record.
It's Iceman summer, you know? It's Iceman summer.
Now when we talk about her, please.
Let me close my eyes.
Bang.
Because y'all know if anybody was watching this game, it was me. And at the beginning, I said, oh, snap, this is her night. She had like 27 before the blink of an eye.
Yeah, gets the ball here on the perimeter, just drains.
Guard her!
Better whisper my name.
Y'all.
Yep,
all right,
all Drake
Danny.
tracks.
Oh,
all
goodness.
Drake tracks.
When someone's on a heater, like, you don't send a